As a business owner, I get really tied up in trying to set goals and achieve goals. And I go to these events, sit down, a strategy session, and I'll end up with this list of goals I need to achieve and we need to achieve as a business. Then I go back to the office, and then within a day or two, that list just gets buried, and the whirlwind of just doing business gets in the road of actually achieving those goals. Some of those goals, there's too many in the list to achieve, so you never really you might get to one or two sort of half-assed, but you still get frustrated because you never quite get all those goals done. So recently, a few months ago, I started investigating and reading this book, The 4 Disciplines of Execution. What an awesome process. So I'm going to open up and apply some of this to our digital strategy as KND, and then share that experience over the coming. I'll do a couple of these videos related to that. But in case you're wondering what the 4 disciplines are, or 4DX as we would call them, we're really just choosing one single goal and parking all the rest. It's important that the goal is wildly important. It's the one thing you really want to resolve in your business to get it done. So in our digital strategy, we've been relying for years on referrals from other businesses. We've got a great network of different partners in different areas of business that send work to us. We don't have a very high input of inquiry, just general inquiry through the site. So my wildly important goal is to really fix that, really drive more traffic to our site and actually address how many requests for free analysis, that sort of cold inquiry thing that everyone does on their site that I promote so much. But the part of this wildly important goal, so they call it a WIG. So it's obviously 4 disciplines, so there's 4 steps. So the first one is the wildly important goal, the WIG. And it's important that that's one, not many. Otherwise, you'll never get to them all. That WIG needs to have a from here to there by when. So, and usually they call this setting, it'll be a lag measure. So a measurement that is, like a revenue end of month measure, or a number that's a result of doing all these other things. So that is a delayed number, if you like. Now, the way that 4DX represent it, is a good analogy is there's a big rock. It can be very hard to push that rock along and make change to the lag measure. You can't just look at it and change that. So this lag measure needs assistance to move. So for us, our lag measure is a number of requests for our free analysis video through our website. So that's our lag measure. But to move this rock, I need to leverage it. And in an analogy, you'd put a stick under the log or under the rock to leverage it and move it. And we would call those, we're moving the rock with lead measures. Things that we can control and put effort into to move the rock. So let's call these lead measures. So I really want to keep this as simple as possible, so for our team to get involved. And so our lead measures are based around our content. Because we're dealing with a digital strategy, obviously I want all this content that we're generating to work for us. So we're looking at content, shares, and then resultant clicks, elements of the site we're changing, various metrics around that. Now I'm going to share with you some of those metrics in a future video once I start collecting those metrics over a particular week. So So the second component of the 4DX is to work your lead measures. So what actions are you taking to define those lead measures? So the third component is have a scorecard, scoreboard. So again, I'll share this scoreboard with you when we start to collect data over the next few months. So, but we're really wanting to keep it simple. So the scoreboard needs to be easily understood by everyone in the business, easily updated, visible in the business so that there's a connection with this number each week. So we're really tracking this behavior of this number. Now what is this tracking? This is tracking our lag measure, our WIG. Always has to be measurable so you can track it. So the lag measure is represented on the scoreboard. And then the fourth part of this is accountability, setting an accountability cadence, they call it. So the accountability component is weekly meetings that look at the numbers around your lead measures and the actions that each of your team members are taking to import that. In my mind, this process really is simple. It's the first time that there's for me, in quite a few years of doing business, that there's something I can connect with, that I can take back and communicate to the team in a really clear way that's a clear process. So I'm going to share this with you over the next few months, and we'll track our data, and hopefully we'll have more requests for free site analysis through the site. You could do me a favour by asking for one now, in fact. But this is the book, 4 Disciplines of Execution. Thoroughly recommend it. It's more a process than a book. I listen to the audio version, but it's a cracker.